There we go. Oh, jeez. Give her the old so long, King Bowser. That makes me angry. Hey guys, it's Adam aka Swimming Bird, and welcome to The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D. Last episode, we completed the first half of Stone Tower Temple, taking down the Garo Master and earning these light arrows, which are going to help us get another stray fairy. And if you're keeping track or playing along, make sure you have 8. If you don't, you missed one, and you gotta go back through the part that we already did, and it can be frustrating, but the reward is worth it. Trust me, it's pretty cool. And if you want to break these crates open, it's a good way to get some magic. You're gonna need a ton of it now that we've got these light arrows, and I feel bad for my little mirror shield. This poor little guy, I'll put him on my back, and look at that sad face, or screaming face, whichever, depends on how you read it. He's sad now, though, because we can make our own light. We don't really need him anymore, unfortunately, so the light arrows kind of making the mirror shield not as useful. So this room here is kind of crazy. There's a lot of little thermal lifts for the Deku to do his thing and fly into the air, but there's also a lot of spots that you're going to need to hit if you want to get those fairies, and if you miss something here, yeah, don't want to come back later, so definitely do this stuff now. The first spot here, we need a fire arrow, even though we just got the light ones. They're already making us use the fire arrows again, and that chest has got something special in it. You guys can probably guess what it is. It's a fairy, and you can hear there's bubbles and some stuff. I think there's a hip loop down here. There's a bunch of monsters all trying to get to Link, but they can't quite reach him yet. Now, this one on the right here, or on the left from the door, will take us all the way up. And before we go too far, though, whoa, careful, don't want to go that far. We want to hit this switch over here. There we go, just barely landed it there. This will get rid of the fire that's up near those little mines. One of them's wiggling, and that's another fairy as well. So we'll have to leave our creepy little Pinocchio buddy here, and he's gonna take over, and then he's gonna murder Link in his sleep to replace him. There we go. All right, but before we do grab that little fairy out of that chest, I'm gonna go buy the hip loop. Hip loop, that name, I know that probably existed before. I think it was in Link to the Past already, but that name existed before, but it makes me think of Pokemon, I think, because there's Hoppip is a Pokemon. Now, don't be distracted by those rupees. They are not worth it. There's a Dexy hand out there that will grab you and throw you into the abyss, or I guess is the sky. But yeah, you don't really need those rupees. That area is actually the underwater area from before, but the water's been drained because this place was flipped. All right, we got that key. And if we go back to our scrub form, there we go. Take a little leap and, ooh, just barely made it onto that. And that should still be extinguished. If we look back here, I can't see where I'm going. No! Well, we landed it anyways. All right, there you go. Just run yourself into the mine and perfectly land on the platform. Not the best way to do it. There is one last thing you don't want to forget before you leave here. I'm gonna see if I can thread the needle. There we go. Do not forget to do this. You can do it when you're down there, though. But there is a little sun face peeking at us from the spot where the fairy was. Hit that with the light arrow, or you're gonna regret it later because it unlocks a chest that we cannot get to until this place flips. Yet again, we're gonna have to flip this place over. There's 4 stray fairies along the way that are gonna be inaccessible when you first hit them, but they'll be there later. So this room looks completely normal, right? But if you look up, the ceiling is lava. This is actually a direct recreation of my office right now where I'm recording. It is so hot. It's definitely summer this week. It's crazy how warm it is, but we're soldiering on. At least I can get, this is the next level of gaming. You feel the heat off the lava as you roll through it, and we just kind of have to get over here and then hit this again. The light arrows, this is the new Elegy of Emptiness. We just have to use the light arrows a lot. But I would rather do that than play a song a billion times, so that's cool. Now this room here, we've got some chews greeting us, and if you do run out of magic or arrows, they're here for you. They're willing to die so that we can get that. There's this little Majora cube over here, and we gotta get it all the way to the, oh, what's going on with it? It wasn't letting me, oh, because we were, yeah. You cannot push what is gonna get you stuck when you do that, so it wouldn't let me pull it there, because I would have just, tripped over it. If you've ever walked backwards carrying something, Link was trying to make sure we didn't do that because he'd probably trip over that curb. All right, so we got to drag the cube over here towards the center. A little bit of a tedious puzzle, but you know, that's what this dungeon is all about. No, this is one that is not, you know, exactly the most fun, but it's a little clever, trying to flip things back and forth. Like I mentioned, I think this dungeon was probably done in a bit of a hurry towards the end of development, or maybe they didn't have the main team on it. This area has a lot of cool stuff in it, you know, the Ikana Canyon area, lots of lore, but at the same time, you can see like there isn't really a race associated with, you don't have the Deku, the Goron, or the Zora, or anything like that here. The Gibdo, not quite as talkative as some of the other NPC races in the Zelda games. So we're not getting some of the story that you normally would in the area. I think that's maybe why I didn't feel as much of a connection with this place when I first played this game. And I'll get on the other side so we don't make that same mistake. I wish if you were Goron Link, you could just kind of like punch the cubes and slide them over or something like that. I know there are some things you can, you know, punch around, but the cubes you still have to drag, and you don't even drag them faster if you're a Goron, which you'd think if you're a little stronger. Link is pretty strong because he can make these big rocks move around, but you'd think the Goron would just be like, I'll just pick this up and carry it. But you know, this is, I think this is the first game that Aonuma, the guy who's currently in charge of the Zelda series, this was the first one that he was really helming, since Miyamoto kind of stepped away a little bit from Zelda stuff as much, and this was kind of his proving ground, so some of this stuff might be a little more rough. All right, we've got Wizrobe. He's back. He's weird and he's running around. He doesn't even really have a robe. Maybe he does. To me, it looks more like a tunic or something. Whoa, he's got backup though. Quick, there we go. He still got me, but that's okay. He's got fire magic, as well as fire that just rains down from the ceiling if we're not careful. You don't have to use the light arrows on him, but they do a good amount of damage. Come here, buddy. Yeah, definitely. If we were using the fire arrows, I think it would take a few more shots, but now he's already going into his DBZ after image phase. Let's be careful now. There we go. Light arrow is so strong. And one more. Where is he? Where is he? Oh, he's up. He's up back there. Oh! He's up where we need to head once this fight's over. Jeez, that lingering fire. What a jerk. He's laughing at me. Well, I got the last laugh, buddy. You dead. And I think he's gone. All right. And the chest that popped up there next to his little portent panel is the fairy that we need from here. This is one of the last few. We're almost done. There we go. Slightly missed it there. And yeah, we're almost out of here. We're gonna get a new enemy here in a second though, that is creepy and annoying. It's a theme for this dungeon. Creepy and annoying. Not these guys. Poes have been around for quite a bit. They are a little creepy and annoying too though, I guess, if you could say that. I think this is like one of the first spots where the Poes actually pop up, surprisingly. Let's just be careful here. I'm not going to worry too much about getting rid of them. I want to save my magic, but we will jump our way over here and try to float by ever so carefully. There's a little spot to the side here where we want to go. There we go. That's what I wanted. Gotta get that magic. And once I let this Poe go through, as long as it doesn't hit me. The Deku is like totally protected from most damage, it seems like, when you're in there hiding in the flower. Okay, these are Death Armos. So they're kind of like Armos, but even scarier. They will slam down and be very noisy. It's mostly worth just trying to avoid them, or using the stone mask so they can't really see ya, which I think is what we're gonna do here. There we go. Let's put that on and maybe they'll leave me alone. We should be able to, there we go. Sneak right by them. Some of them do still, it's weird. It feels a little like they don't always listen to the rules of the masks, but sometimes they'll leave you alone. Other times they'll just keep slamming. I've had mixed results, but Stone Mask, probably one of the more useful masks that's not a transformation one. It definitely makes a lot of situations much easier and is helpful in a bunch of these little side quests and stuff. All right, so they're doing their thing. See this guy? Yeah, he doesn't care that I'm wearing a stone mask. He's just gonna keep stomping me. Let me just bunny our way through. There we go. Now you can kill them. There is a way to do it. We're gonna do it in a second here to get rid of this guy if he is facing the right way. There he is. Let's hit him with the old, we can get some info on him as well. Death Armos, a temple guard. Look at that red mark on its chest. I know I've seen that. This is something like that before. All right, let's try it. Just hit him with the old light arrow, if I can aim it right. There we go. And then you just kind of get them to do their stomping thing, and they'll land on their heads and explode. But I'd rather just, you know, use my little stone mask here. This is the room that had the bomb chews all over the place, because you can see all of the switches all over the place here. But now it's got Death Armos all over it. Can we make this jump? Oh, we can. All right. So we got a key from there. And now we're in this little side area. Don't go in that door. Don't want to do that yet. That'll take you back to the center area. It reminds me of Labyrinth. Don't go that way. If you're going that way, you go straight to the castle. Now, I don't know if I can sneak through this part with these here. I might get blasted away. I'm gonna try. No! And they might have come back because I'm kind of resetting the room. Yeah, this is a good time to maybe use your hookshot or use your arrows to like knock them into each other. If I can hit it at the right direction. There we go. And now we can get over there safely. These mines are kind of rough. This bridge is, I think this is where we fought the Eyegore. It's weird to see everything flipped over. It's so strange. We're definitely like through the looking glass here in the weird Alice lands. All right, so if we head over this way, ooh, there's another little platform here that we can go into. Only a little bit more in terms of rooms left, but we do have a cool mini boss ahead. These guys, I don't think you have to kill them with the light arrows to get it. Or yeah, there we go. I was gonna say, you can kill them normally, but if you do hit them with the light arrows, a nice big old purple rupee surprise. Good way to get some money. Okay, one of the coolest mini bosses in any Zelda game is coming up, so get ready, guys. Here we go. This is Gomess. Kind of sounds like Gomez. Got that gothic influence from the Addams Family, maybe. Here he is. And he's basically kind of silly looking Grim Reaper with bats all over the place. Learn about him. It's Gomess. Your attacks won't do a thing until you defeat all those bats around you. It's Tattle always makes it seem like we should know the names of some of the stuff, and yeah, it's Gomess. Don't you know Gomess? Some of the enemies are from other games, so we should probably know them, but gotta be careful here. He's gonna use his scythe. It's got a cool stall child design on the end of it and stuff. He's a really cool boss, but at the same time, not necessarily the toughest, as long as you're kind of shielding. You can kill these bats with the Zora magic barrier, and for the most part, though, you just use your light arrows, do that damage, and look out, because the bats are they are a little bit of a nuisance, but we got him. And maybe one more hit here. Here we go. All right, and Gomess, we barely knew ye. You're gone as well. There's this cool scythe. Another one. There's a couple of really cool bosses or mini bosses in this temple, but they, gonna make short work of them usually. There go all the keys, and his scythe just disappeared there. And back here, this is what we need. We are so close to done, guys. We're almost done with the last big dungeon of the game, and then it's on to defeating the Skull Kid. We've got the boss key, and the boss is ahead. Now, the one last thing we need to do, we can go towards the boss, and there is a fairy on the way there, but we're not exactly going to be able to get it too easily because we have to flip this place around again, and we'll do that before we finish up. So let's head back out here. Might as well, we got magic. Let's just, we're maxed out on rupees, so I'm not going to worry about getting more purple rupees from those guys. We'll just run by and get out of here. One thing I didn't realize, I think, when I originally played the game was you can play the Song of Storms, and that will get rid of the curse that the little bubbles will give you. Let me quickly do the trick that we did before and see if it'll work. Kind of hit it, bank it off the side like a pool ball. There we go. And now we can head back over. This is, if you have vertigo, this is a dungeon that'll probably give you a lot of stress because we got no floor under us, and it is a little creepy. All right, look out for those pots that explode, but we should be good. I think we got another fairy thing coming up here that we can activate through this door. There we go. There's a Death Armos hanging out there. I'm gonna get rid of him. Let's just use the good old light arrow away and make this jump. Look out. Got a nice shot of him almost dying. There's another fairy, so that's one of the 4 that we have to get when the temple is flipped over again here. There we go. All right, and that's gonna be our ticket out. We're gonna use that like a hook shot. And now we can get on this one little tiny path up here that was hidden. Do we have that key? We do, all right. And this door is gonna lead, so this is normally where we would get a cool mask, but we're not gonna get it quite yet in the 3DS version. You guys can see a little bit of what Eyegore can do, but we'll take him out real quick here. Since he's not too tough, just kind of hit him with a bunch of light arrows and he can't do much. This one's a little tougher than before, but there's those rupees, the tempting rupees on the side with the Dexa hand. All right, and if we head through here, we got this little, oh jeez, crystal. Let's hit that, and we should activate. There's another chest, so 4 of them are flipped over right now, and I'm gonna head out of here. If we go up that way, that does lead towards where the boss is. We have to kind of hookshot our way up and go over, but before we go fight the boss, last little bit of unfinished business here is flipping this place over and getting those fairies, so I'll grab them in just a sec. Okay, it's time to get serious. Whee! Our temple is back in its fully upright and locked position. Let's finish this thing. We've got a few fairies left, and then we'll take on the revamped boss fight. And I think it would be good to go get the reward for those fairies before we take on the boss, because there's not much left in the game, and I think it would be good to be able to use that cool new gift before we finish things up. There we go. That's number 1. Taking out that dragonfly, you don't have to use a light arrow to punish it severely, but it was overkill. But it definitely is good to take that one out because dragonflies notoriously hate kids that climb on ladders. All right, restocked and ready to go. So I recommend going to the right because you guys probably don't want to hear the Elegy of Emptiness anymore. So we're gonna avoid that switch puzzle that's on the left side of the temple. But you do have to do kind of a tricky jump with Zora Link to get one of these fairies. We'll get to that in a second. This one here, above the sun face that we activated to open it, is now right side up. So, or upside down, I guess, depending on which way you're going through the temple. So we can grab that. And then this room is with the Beamos and stuff. And you have to make this kind of tricky jump with Zora Link. Almost. You can see this ledge is too high even for Zora Link and his lanky arms to grab onto, so you have to do this. This is kind of like a one-way thing. They didn't really want you going up here, but there we go. We're back up, and we've got our light arrows to get rid of that. We'll just have to sneak by this Beamos here, and if you did hit the switch, you can still hit it on the other side there. You'll activate the chest here, but we did that before. We flipped things around. Oh, jeez. Let's quickly open this. Do we get it? All right. Oh, jeez, still got shot. You can take that guy out with a bomb, but I'm not gonna waste my time. All right, we're out of here. And I think we just have one more. Oop, there we go. Back through here. So long. Jeez, the Dexy hand's trying to get me. We've got to go back through a little bit of the temple here, but we're almost done. The last one is going to be back the other way. And it'll be back in the room that will be in a second from now to grab the final boss mask. We gotta take down one last boss. And I mentioned it's revamped. It's very, very different. All the bosses are pretty different, but this one is very different from the N64 version. They completely redid the fight, which I'm kind of happy about. I know people are mixed on some of the changes in this game. I feel like this is the definitive version. It looks much better, and they did fix a lot of the flaws from the N64 one. But some people are mixed on the way they changed this boss. I think it's for the better because the original version of some of these bosses was kind of a joke. Oldawa in Woodfall was way too easy, and he's a lot more interesting now, I feel like. And this is a similar situation with the boss we're about to battle. So here we go. This is where the Garo Master blew himself up. And then right down here, Link, careful, don't break those ankles. There we go. This is the last one. And now we can just, kind of use the Song of Soaring to get out of here. We got all the stray fairies. This is a good way to get back to the entrance of a dungeon if you want. And this is also a good time if you want to drop by Clocktown, deposit all the rupees that you've stored up. Or I saw stored up. I saw the word soar, so of course my mind wanted to say that instead. Right into Link's head. So yeah, now that we're outside, I'm gonna fly over to Ikana Canyon. The day is about to change, so we're getting a little bit of a squished looking Link here, but he'll be fixed in a second. Let's go to the canyon and trade these fairies in for something good. But yeah, this is a good time to stock up if you want to get any fairies. Make sure you have a lot of magic. That'd probably be good to get some magic out of there. There we go. And back over here, pretty close to where the entrance to Stone Tower Temple is where the fairy resides. Can use my Gibdo mask real quick to sneak by. I think we're heading into day 2. We should have ample time, though. The only thing that's left to do once we grab this reward is take on the boss. And the boss fight is kind of long, so yeah, if you're on the 3rd day or you're getting close to the end, be careful. If you do reset the dungeon or anything, you're gonna have to get the key again and do a lot of stuff. So make sure you've given yourself a lot of time, slow down, time, whatever you gotta do to get this done. Okay, all 15 of these little jerks. I shouldn't be mad at them. I should be mad at the Skull Kid and Majora's Mask for putting them in really annoying places. But we got all of them. We only had to flip a giant temple a bunch of times. Oh, compassionate young one, I'm the great fairy of kindness. Thank you for returning my broken and shattered body to normal. As thanks, I grant you the great fairy's sword. And here it is. It's crazy colors and super tough. You got the Great Fairy Sword with black roses etched into it. The Great Fairy Sword is the most powerful of all blades. And I think it is stronger than the Master Sword. It's really powerful. And we got all of them. There we go. All right, that's it for fairies. No more stray fairy collecting for me. Come see me whenever you are overcome by weariness. There we go. All right. And it's actually like an item. It's not really a sword. We keep going in Link's head. It's an item. It's the last one on our giant item page, so we've pretty much filled this place out. So let's grab that, and you guys can see it's a huge sword. And if you try to slash with it without using the button that it's assigned to, it just brings out your normal sword. But it's very strong. You have to use 2 hands to wield it, so not really great if you're trying to block. You'll just kind of duck. But all right, let's fly our way back up there. I'm not gonna cut or anything because we're getting ready in just a second to go in there, and I shouldn't have to actually use the Elegy of Emptiness. I'm gonna avoid it if I can. Just, flipping the temple over should make it so that we have that path to cross. For whatever reason, like, once you get up here, if it's normal, then they don't let you do that. You have to use the Elegy of Emptiness and go through all the stuff, but if we do have it flipped over, the arrow just kind of bounced off. Then it should put us either right outside the temple or right where we can hop across these things. So yeah, they're all laid out here for us when it's upside down. I don't know why they didn't just, have you hit a switch and have it set for you from then on, but either way, this temple eats up a lot of time. All right, so this is it, guys. I might actually do this. Usually something I don't do mid-episode, but I think we're good to go. Gonna save that. We gotta grab our Hookshot. I'm trying to get my Great Fairy's sword ready, because I know we want to use that, but let's hit that open chest and remember the fairy. They gave us so much trouble. All right, just through here, not much longer. The Eyegore that we fought, the second one before, was supposed to drop a cool mask for us, but we're not actually gonna get it in this new version of the boss until we have fought the first phase of it. There we go, whoa. And down here is the boss door. There it is. It's a crazy ornate lock. And we have to jump through this portal here. Whoa! It's like Rainbow Road, and it'll take us out to the desert. Here we go, guys. This is a pretty cool boss in terms of scale. A little kid dressed as a bunny against 2 giant worms. There's the red Moldorm, the blue Moldorm, and together they are Twinmold, giant masked insect. So as you can see, the blue one has a bunch of crazy eyes on its belly, similar to the revamped other bosses, and we gotta take those down. The red one is a little smarter. He's like, I'm not gonna have eyes on my stomach that'll make me vulnerable. Speeds up a little bit when you shoot him. He'll just kind of charge at us and be a jerk, so we gotta look out for him. He's flying around trying to protect his more vulnerable little blue brother. There we go. And now that this guy's on the ground, he should have, there it is, a giant balloon eye for us to shoot. As long as Mr. Red Moldorm doesn't show up, we should be okay. Here we go. All right, let's hit it. Oh, jeez. Get back here, you jerk. He's spinning around. We should have more time to hit it, though. Hopefully. Gonna wander way out where it's not safe in the desert. Oh, no, he's getting away. Oh, man. Well, while we're out here, let's run away from this guy. He's got a vulnerable tail that we can mess with, but we're not gonna worry too much about the red one at first because he'll have his time to be destroyed a little later. All right, the blue one's coming back out. I missed my chance to do some damage there, but he shouldn't be too tough. He's the easy one. The red one's the one we have to worry about. Let's take him down. Pretty quick to shoot these eyes. If your aim is right, then we don't have to worry too much. Almost. One more light arrow, and this time I'll get him. There we go. Oh, jeez. Talk about old-fashioned jump scares. There we go. All right, he's going over that way. Let's quickly get him. I gotta get around here. I don't want to lose my chance this time. All right, here he comes. Hit him in the eye. And again. Oh, I missed him. There we go. All right, one more. All right, got him. I think that was mostly the amount of times we could get him. Might have been able to hit him one more time. We gotta get him one last again. And then I'll try to pick off his brother while we're at it. He's being a jerk. Oh, almost. Where's Mr. Blue? Little boy Blue is probably almost out again. There he is. All right, buddy. You're going down next. Like I mentioned, we have ample time to fight this boss, so I'm not worried, but it can be a little tough if you don't give yourself enough time to do it. So now he has more eyes to worry about. He's just full of eyes. Usually Zelda bosses have like one eye that you gotta look out for, but this guy is like, I have like 5, plus the ones on my face to give you even more trouble. Speeds up a bit when we hit him, so we gotta be quick if we want these other eyes. Yeah, the red mold arm is giving us a bunch of trouble too. If you look, there's like boulders and cool stuff out there. We'll get to use those in just a second. There we go. All right, this should be it for Mr. Blue Mold Orm. We got tons of health and we got a few fairies in the reserve, so we'll be all right. There we go. We just needed that one more arrow. All right, this guy's gone, but this is the true boss battle. It now begins. We're gonna get something special to help us out. And if you noticed, at the entrance to the Stone Tower Temple, there's 4 big pillars, which probably symbolize the 4 giants. And we're gonna harness the power of our giant buddies with something special. There it is. So yeah, normally this would drop when you beat the second Eyegore, but we're getting it in the middle of the battle. Our last, well, other than the secret one, this is the last main transformation mask. Here it is. It is the Giant's Mask, and it looks pretty cool. Within this mask lies the might of a giant. Could this give you the courage to face gigantic enemies? I've had enough courage already fighting these guys, but this should make it a little easier and more fun. Here we go. This is the transformation that we need to take these guys down. They've got little babies too. This is new as well. I don't think these were in the N64 one. I would probably remember those cute little faces. Ugh, trying to kill me. All right, so here's the Giant's Mask. Let's use it. And it does use magic, so be careful. Link is huge. He can't use that little sword anymore, but he can use his fists and just punch these babies. As soon as they're born, they get punched. So we've got a few attacks here. We still have to be careful because Moldorm is gonna shoot fire at us and knock us over. We need to watch our magic, which you can get a little magic from getting rid of Moldorm here, punching him around. He'll go into the ground and dig up some magic jars. But for the most part, magic can be found in the little pillars that are around here, and I'll use the time when he's gonna go underground and come back. There we go. You can see him digging around. Fill up that magic meter quick. Don't want to turn back into little Link. All right, he's being a jerk and popping out of the ground, trying to get us. Now these are these little boulders here. You can grab them. I'm gonna try to pick one up here and just launch it. Oh, missed him. That's okay. We were punching him all right, as it is, so I don't think we're gonna need those right now. Let's try to knock him around a little bit. You can even charge up your punches into a, almost like a spin attack. It's pretty cool if you hold down the B button and then slam the ground. I'm gonna get hit almost. Nope, yeah, you gotta look out. It kinda reminds me of Wizrobe, having these little molten lava balls that get shot and leave you walking on them and hurting your little toesies. Okay, Link. I don't know if you want to be lifting that like that, Link. Let's be careful. These little guys are going to give us trouble. They're called Ick. Look at those Moldbabies. As you are now, maybe you can muster up the energy to destroy them. I will do. Been taking them out already. Okay, let me get these guys off my back, and then we'll pick that boulder up in a second here. Hey, Mama's in. Mama's here to mess with us as well. Okay, Come here, Moldorm. There we go. Knock her right out of the sky. I guess it's a her. She's got babies. All right, this is our chance. Here we go. That tail ain't so glowing anymore. We just got to go over and hit A to grab her. Give her the old so long, King Bowser. So we have to do this a few times here, but swing around and slam her on that gross Majora eye, like screaming out. He's going crazy. He probably enjoys this power trip of turning into a giant. I want to get some more magic here because we're running out. You will turn back into normal Link if you happen to run out of magic in the middle of the fight, but remember that center area has magic as well when there's little pots there for you to grab. Hey, buddy, get out of here. You gotta look out. Yeah, the lava balls that Moldorm shoots out are the biggest thing to avoid because she'll kind of charge at you and throw those all over, but if you can roll around and get out of the way in time, then pretty easy to get close enough to punch her. That boulder is a nice way to knock her out of the air too, so let's grab this one. Let's see where she's popping up. You can kind of watch the ground. Here she comes, and oh, I missed. I think she was invulnerable there, but that's okay. We'll punch her. Get a few punches in. I'll grab it this time. Keeping our magic high. Every time she bursts out of the ground, she leaves some magic, I think. Here she comes. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The babies are being jerks, but can we hit her? There we go. She needs a few more hits, though. Oh, never mind. She's going to the ground. Sometimes it's hard to tell if she's really hurt or if she's still fighting. All right. Give her the old slam. Yeah, it's almost like we're a luchador right now, like a wrestler. I didn't think about that. It kind of fits the theme of the mask because it looks kind of like a wrestling mask. And Link is doing like crazy swings and different wrestling moves. So it makes sense, or in a weird way, it makes sense. I know in Japan, luchador and kind of wrestling stuff is really popular as well. So you see like Halucha and Pokemon and stuff like that are all little tributes to those masked wrestlers. Here we go. Got one punch in the tail before she escaped. Get her, get her. These babies are getting in the way. Yeah, your range is not very good with this mask, so you got to be pretty quick to get in close enough. We're out of boulders as well, so I'm gonna have to do these punches the old-fashioned way, and almost a little bit more. She's going underground. Oh no, we're good. Yeah, I keep thinking she's diving down, but this is our chance to get the grab. There we go. And I think we still have one more. Definitely, like I mentioned, a longer boss battle than usual. In the N64 version, you just grow big and slice them a bunch with the sword, and then they're gone. All right, get out of here, babies. We still have a bunch of health, so we're fine. I'll give them the old charge. Nope. I wanted to do the cool slam on the ground, but that's okay. Here we go. Oh, any babies around? Nope. There we go. We got them. A couple more punches here. Thank you guys again. This is the last big boss battle before the end. If we can just take down Moldorm. Oh, a couple more, and we got her. Yeah, definitely like rolling to the side to avoid these fireballs, and then getting close when it's time to punch is the key. Get to see what it looks like inside of Moldorm. I can tell that this boss fight, it seems like it was a big influence on Shadow of the Colossus. Zelda just in general was a big influence on that game, but this is like the one worm boss that is really cool looking scale-wise, that flies all over the place. But yeah, this is going well. We've almost got her. If we can just get out of the way enough to, oh man, we'll almost get up fast enough to get a punch in. So close. A couple more punches in the old rump, and we might have her. Her mandibles are rough. Okay, here we go. Get her. She's escaping. She keeps dodging. She's not turning around this time. She's going underground once more. That makes me angry. This is like Hulk Link. If Link, was exposed to gamma radiation or whatever. Jeez. Popping up and hitting me with those cheap attacks, giving me an opportunity to refill my magic meter. What a jerk. Okay, here we go. Last couple of hits, if we can get close enough. Burning my toes. Oh my gosh, we're actually running out of health. Does not happen too often in most Zelda games if you have as many hearts as we've got. Oh, one quick punch to the tail. Man, it takes so many hits on this guy. I think we're close. She let out a squeal. This might be it for Moldorm. Oh, and come on, do it. Here she goes. When are you gonna die, you giant worm? This might be why people don't like this boss battle as much either, because it does last so much longer. All right, I'm gonna try to avoid her fireballs. Oh no, she's giving me an opportunity. For being a giant, he does not have much range on his fists. She was calling her babies, getting those babies up to help her out. Okay, wake up, kids. Your mommy's almost dead. One more good pass might do it, but that's just a guess, because this boss is crazy in terms of health. And, oh, we're dead, but not really. Don't worry, guys. I packed like 4 fairies so that we could just kind of go crazy here. Hopefully we're still a giant. Yep. Get right back into it with those punches. Okay, look out. The babies are distracting. This is it. This is the time. We gotta grab that tail. All right, this should be the last one. So long, Queen Moldorm. And slam. You are out of here. Give me your mask. I'm gonna be going back to being a little boy. Thank you guys so much for watching. We got a little bit of a cutscene here at the end, but that is it for the Stone Tower Temple. Something explosive was, I guess it was that crystal. It's always weird how bosses will be like and explode in a row. All right, I'm gonna grab that heart. I just thought it was funny how Link is like, I'm gonna grab that heart, but we gotta be little to do it. Here we go. This is more manageable. All right, where is our extra heart container? There it is. Okay, I thought it was gonna be with her corpse, but might as well go over here and grab that before we get out, because we are collecting all of them, and we got Twinmold's remains. In doing so, you free the innocent spirit that was imprisoned within this dark mask. It's weird that it's Twinmold, but the blue one kind of gets the short end of the stick. The red one is the one that we get the mask from, and it's the real trouble. Okay, one last giant. Somewhere off in the mist, blowing bubbles in our face. Will he have a mournful song as well? Oh. Let's see. Well, we've helped all of you. That's all we can do. Help. Yep, there he is. Call your mother. No, call us. That's what they're saying. They look like they're in pain. They're just like, Without being told, we understand. So now you'll help us out in exchange. We'll call you from atop the clock tower, so do something about him, all right? What? Their voices sound sad. You don't want to? It's their friend. Oh, he's shaking. Long ago, he was once their friend, but now they're gonna have to help us take him out. Forgive. Yep, forgive. It's like playing charades. Forgive your friend. It's all about redemption. All right, forgive our friend. What do you mean by forgive, huh? What? Okay, with that cryptic hint, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We have cleared the 4th and final of the main dungeons, and we're out of this creepy place. But first, something weird. Something weird is glowing behind us. Who or what is it? It's a big old ray of sunshine. There we go. We've broken the evil veil on this place. And now it's just creepy in the normal ways. A giant music box that plays a weird song. Okay, it's restored. This is not as abrupt as some of the other areas when you restore it. It's just kind of like, oh, now it's not creepy in the same way, but it's still pretty creepy. We don't have to worry about enemies and stuff as much. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this. Next time, the Gways are still here. We'll never get rid of these jerks. Next time, we will try to complete the side quests necessary to finish everything else in the game, and then we'll head to the final dungeon. I'll see you guys then. Goodbye.